Celsius and Voyager are up to their same old tricks. What are they doing, and how is it affecting the users' funds that are still locked up in these platforms? That's what we're talking about today. Please, everyone, hit like, hit subscribe if you haven't yet. Check out the CT Club down below. We're telling our members a lot of important information, like calling out Celsius as the risk that it was up to a month before it actually, halted withdrawals and months before they went bankrupt. We also do trade alerts, portfolio updates, market updates, and you can send in questions for our AMA. So what is going on with Voyager and Celsius? First, let's talk about Celsius. They are countersuing KeyFi. They're also suing Prime Trust. So KeyFi it was acquired by Celsius in 2020. They have since terminated or left. They didn't like how Celsius was managing users' funds, even though KeyFi was technically the one doing the trading and the hedging and trying to make profits for the users. What Celsius was allowing them to do with user funds, KeyFi was seeing red flags. Now, Celsius is countersuing that lawsuit by saying actually it was KeyFi that was misrepresenting their own skill set. They actually weren't as knowledgeable or good at producing profits like they said. They're also alleging that KeyFi has actually taken user funds and sent them to wallets that they control, that KeyFi controlled. They're also saying that they stole millions of dollars and purchased NFTs that is now owned by KeyFi and their employees, or not Celsius users, basically. So Celsius is full-on countersuing for KeyFi for basically being thieves. Interesting how the table turns with Celsius a little bit here. Also, don't forget that just a couple weeks ago it came out that Alex Mashinsky, the CEO of Celsius, had overridden their own trading desk to sell Bitcoin in January in an effort to buy back lower when in fact the price of Bitcoin went up, and then he had to buy back higher and it cost him $50 million. That one was on Alex. And okay, now we're getting into what happened with Voyager. Voyager has gone through Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They're still functioning as a business. They're still trying to work things out, and they're also trying to get their employees a nice and healthy bonus to the tune of $1.9 million as a retention fee to make sure that their employees stay employed, even though they couldn't prove that any employee was actually threatening to leave. And in fact, their employees are pretty well paid anyway. So this is essentially a bonus that they were trying to give their employees.
These guys are scam artists.
Totally. How do you not see this?
Gosh.
No pity. Don't give them any pity, guys. The only pity should be to the users who unfortunately trusted these kind of people. But so Voyager, the custodian involved with all the funds that are now in this bankruptcy case, denied that. So they're not getting any bonuses, which is good, but they tried. Don't forget that. Hey guys, Editing Heidi here with a quick update regarding Voyager. I know in the video I just said that their attempts to pay out their employees a bonus was denied. Actually, it's been approved by a U.S. court to pay 38 Voyager employees $50,000 each, which represents about 22% of these employees' annual incomes. That means these employees are making basically over $250,000 a year, and now they're getting paid $50,000 as long as Voyager can cut operational costs to the amount to save $4.6 million. So basically, the court has granted them to spend $1.9 million if they can save $4.6 million. Meanwhile, the users who have deposited onto Voyager are still waiting to get paid out. But the big deal of how all of these legal cases, bankruptcy filings is going to affect the funds of the users that deposited onto these platforms, the longer that this is drawn out, the less of their funds that will be existing to be paid out to them, because the users are footing the bill of all of this. You are the unsecured creditor of this bankruptcy case. And so Celsius, even though it seems like they're trying to get money back from Prime Trust and from KeyFi, they're starting really expensive and probably lengthy court cases that, again, are going to be paid for by the end user. This isn't a good look. And guys, get your coins on a hardware wallet. Don't be tempted by passive income. I think we've all learned that lesson by now. Just keeping it fresh in your memory. Okay, that's it, everyone. Thank you. Hit like, hit subscribe. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, guys.